Empty chairs are seen at a polling place Tuesday, November 7, 2017, in Alexandria, Virginia. AP photo, Alex Brandon. Editor's note: this is one in a series of pieces on Virginia's June 12 primaries. WTOP interviewed all candidates in contested local races. See all of WTOP's primary coverage on our Elections and Politics page. Washington, 3 Democrats describing themselves as progressives are vying June 12 for the chance to challenge Republican Rep. Rob Whitman in November in the sprawling 1st Congressional District, which stretches from Prince William County through Fredericksburg to Newport News. Differences among Vanjie Williams, John Suddarth and Edwin Santana take some digging to find. Each supports moving to a single-payer healthcare system and increased background checks for gun sales, among other points of agreement. I think that's one thing that people in the district truly haven't tried yet. It is a truly progressive message, Santana said. He also hopes to connect with the growing Latino community in the district based on his Puerto Rican heritage. The district has long been reliably Republican. Whitman, first elected in 2007, has won by a wide margin in each of his races. Suddarth, of Hanover County, cites his experience in the Army after growing up in Dumfries, and his work leading manufacturing companies and now his ownership of a private equity firm, as a reason he would be in the best position to beat Whitman. I learned how U.S. public policy both helps and hurts American workers and American employers, and a big part of that is healthcare, Suddarth said. It's very, very difficult. In order to keep healthcare costs down, we often had to change providers and plans, which creates anxiety for employees. Campaign finance reform and healthcare are among his top issues. Money in politics is the root cause of things not getting done, Suddarth said. Vanjie Williams, a government contractor who describes herself as a strategic planner, has proposed exempting the first $50,000 of income from federal income tax for junior enlisted military, veterans, first responders and educators. By doing this, we give a well-needed boost to our hometown heroes that will feed into our communities, she said. Williams, who lives in King George, would pay for her initiative by closing some corporate tax loopholes. Like Suddarth, she also would like to take steps to reduce the amount of corporate money in politics. I'm running because I want to bring an economy that works for everyone, healthcare, affordable and accessible healthcare to everyone, and I want to invest in our communities, Williams said. An economy that works for everyone, one that supports healthcare, education, transportation and, ready for this? Retirement. For Santana, a Marine Corps veteran living in Stafford County whose wife is still active duty, single-payer healthcare is a top issue. He does not think that stance would be a roadblock in the general election. People believe healthcare is a human right. We can debate on how exactly we get there. Strengthening of public schools, I think, is another popular message, Santana said. He would like to boost teacher pay. Look at the budgets for the Department of Education and the Department of Defense. You're talking about $70 billion versus $700 billion. So, money's out there. You've just got to see where our priorities lie, and I think that our priorities should lie with educating our kids and preparing them to seize opportunities in the future, Santana said. He would also focus on the broader economy, environmental protections, and changes in the wake of the One thing that can help us win over more moderate voters is the fact that I'm a military veteran, so people, while maybe they don't agree with all my policies, they can trust the fact that, as a Marine, I worked in non-political ways to accomplish very complex tasks, so I've done this type of work before, and I can do it in Congress as well, he said. Williams expresses similar confidence. I know how to go to Capitol Hill and get the job done. It's not a trial and error. I have the strategy, I have the team, and I have the know-how, she said. Siddharth said he has worked on joint ventures with foreign companies that have required consensus, an experience that could help him reach across the aisle. A blue wave of Democratic wins would allow for a tougher stand on healthcare, though, he said. I have a much better understanding of what works, what doesn't, and the types of things that need to be done in Congress for us to start moving forward again, Siddharth said. If I am elected, I don't want anyone to be surprised by how I will vote on an assault weapons ban or universal health care or investment in infrastructure and education and action on climate change, he said. Traffic and infrastructure. The primary candidates agree on the need to address traffic problems and a lack of broadband internet in large parts of the district, but could differ in approach. Williams is particularly concerned about a lack of options or access for many people to jobs, medical appointments or schools, and wants a detailed study of traffic along I-295, I-95 and I-64 in the Richmond and Northern Neck area. While you see the traffic on 95, it bleeds onto Route 1 and 301, but this is another problem we have in the 1st District, we have a lack of transportation, Williams said. Santana recognizes complaints about exorbitant tolls, and suggests a greater investment in an extension of Virginia Railway Express service should be an option. Siddharth complained the full-time toll lanes in Northern Virginia are being operated by foreign companies. All of that could have been publicly owned infrastructure, but, because of crony capitalism, the public took the risk and the private enterprise is taking the rewards, Siddharth said. He would like to look at ways to keep drivers from north of Baltimore destined for somewhere south of Richmond from clogging up Northern Virginia. If that traffic was not going through the D.C. area, we would have much less congestion, Siddharth said. I'm a native of Dumfries. 95 has been backed up my entire life, and, as I said, I'm 59 years old, Siddharth said. I think we need an East Coast strategic traffic initiative to look at different ways that we can move north-south traffic away from the D.C. area so that people in our district aren't spending at least an hour of their lives each day wasted and idling in traffic because of traffic congestion. He acknowledges money is not available for major projects such as a new highway. None of these things ever get off the drawing board because Republican tax and fiscal policy leaves us cash-strapped and there's really no money available right now to make those types of investments that would make everybody's lives a lot better, Siddharth said. Like WTOP on Facebook and follow at Top on Twitter to engage in conversation about this article and others. Copyright 2018 WTOP. All rights reserved. This website is not intended for users located within the European Economic Area.